Hi everyone and welcome to another video tutorial. So today I'm going to be using these stamps from the Vegtastic set by Paper Smooches, and it's a new set that I've just received in the post recently, so I'm looking forward to using them. So I'm going to do a fun card which has a bunch of carrots on the front of it. And to do this I'm going to be using some masking, and I'm also going to be popping one of the images off the front of the card to really make that the focal point. So these two images I'm stamping are the ones, I'm just going to use one of those to pop off the front of the card. I'm just going to set that aside. And now I'm going to stamp the main part of the card. So that middle image is the one that's going to be the main one. I'm just masking it off. And then I'm going to stamp some more images using that mask, and that gives it a nice layered effect. And you'll see what I mean when it all comes together. Using masks can look like it's really messy, but actually it's got a wonderful effect. And I'm just using two masks to have the desired effect here. And you do have to press down quite firmly if you're using a mask, and the mask is made of card, because it does add that extra layer, which is what I found. So I think I'm just going to stamp a couple more. And it gives a really lovely effect, a sort of 3D effect but on a one layer card, so it means that you have fewer layers actually adhered to the card. Okay, and then I'm going to lift these off. There you go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some colouring. I'm just quickly going to colour in these images. It doesn't have to be really detailed or anything because it's foliage, you know, the stalks, so I didn't mind if they looked a little sketchy because I thought it would give some texture to the card and to the images. So I'm going to do all of the carrots except for that centre one in orange, and the centre one's actually going to be done in purple. There you go. And you'll see why when it comes to the sentiment being stamped, and I'll post some pictures on my site of purple carrots. So that is the purple carrot that's going to be stuck onto the front of the card. I'm just fussy cutting it. I'm going to stick it on with 3D squares, and then that will just make it stand out and stand apart from the rest. And I just thought I'd do a purple carrot because they're really unusual but really cool. I think they're cool, and I think that it makes the point very well with that sentiment. Okay, so I'm just going to finish cutting it here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edges of that image using a Memento black marker. And I just recently saw a video on how to use this marker by Marie, and I'll link to her post, and she's actually one of the organisers of this Young Crafters Unite as well, and it was really useful. So I just went round the sides of the images with that. And then here I'm just adhering the strip to the front of my card. I'm cutting off the edges and stamping my sentiment. And it says, "I'm so thrilled that you picked me." So that's why I did that purple carrot there. I thought it was quite fun. So now I'm adding some twine. And I like to add the twine this way because it means that you use less, so there's less wastage. But also it's nicely adhered to the card. And I'm just tying a bow and sticking it on. I don't usually do this, but because I've just used one layer of twine and stuck it down, I thought it would be easier than having to tie an actual bow with that twine. Okay, and then I'm just sealing off the ends of the twine with a little dot of glue, and that will stop it from fraying, and it will keep everything well together. Now with that Memento marker, I'm just adding in some lines that I coloured over with the pencils, and it just gives it, you know, its pop back, and it makes you focus on the image properly instead of looking at all of the colour that's taken over the lines. And I've done the same thing with that purple carrot that I'm going to stick on top. There we go. just adding in those lines again, and then you'll see this marker actually has two tips to it. So this is the fine tip, which is more like a pen, and that's what I'm using to draw in that detail. We'll just go over that detail. And if you go slowly, it's fine, and it comes out really well. And then, sorry this is off camera, but it will come into view in a second. I'm just going around the edges with the edge of the marker, and that will give it a nice, there we go, that will give it a nice black edge, so it looks properly stamped all the way round and gives it back some colour. And here I'm just sticking it on with the 3D dots. And the next thing we're going to do is to round those corners, the two corners, with the 1/2 inch corner punch. And then I've just gone round with some distress ink, and then added some gems or some pearls to finish the card. So I hope you enjoyed it. Here's another close-up, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.